Hi there, Aries. Welcome to your reading. This is Yetta Pearl, and this is your general reading for the week of November 7 through 13 of 2021. An amazing week. The energies flowing around this week are really quite amazing. And so let's just see what yours are telling us. Hang on, I have to cough. Thank you, and excuse me. So, it just gets a little, I don't know if it's dry in here or not, but sometimes I have to cough. And, sometimes it's to do with the reading. This one wasn't. This was just a little me, right? Interjected into the reading, as really it should be. Every reader has their own style, has their own way of receiving the guidance, the messages from all the angels. And so that is what makes it so that it resonates with you, partly, right? And so, my vibration is what draws you in or repels you, right? So it's the same with, a massage therapist or whatever. If you have one and she's fine, whatever, but you don't quite resonate, a different therapist will be better for you, right? So same with the readings. Anyway, I hope it resonates. Okay, let's see. Okay, wow. Okay, patience. Patience is the first thing your angels want you to learn, and I can hear you groaning. Somebody's like, oh, this again. Yeah, this again. Until you learn it. Sorry, that's the message. Oh, I get it. Truly, I do. So, this week is particularly difficult for you to experience, to have the patience. It's like you just want this to be, to the next step already. Come on, right? That's how this feels to me. So, yeah, you can't get around it. Sorry. You'll just have to exercise that patience, bring it to the forefront, and try and embrace it, right? It's difficult work. Yeah, and your angels are kind of laughing at you. Sorry, they're dicks today about that. But, that's how that's going. Your dreams are blooming more rapidly than you realize. Still, they need nurturing and patience. So it's coming. It is coming. Keep your eye on the prize. That's how, okay, they're saying that's how you can entertain yourself until it should finally, fully come to realization. Sit there in your mind's eye and picture exactly what you want. Yeah, and create it more in that way. So you can do it. You can do it. Of course you can. Yeah. Teacher. Sometimes you are the teacher. For this week, it feels like your teacher is appearing. And it's an amazing thing. It truly is. It's like suddenly you have this light bulb moment, or a bunch of them is kind of what it feels like. A bunch of these light bulb moments, so that you're suddenly like, wow, I get it now, finally, right? And you didn't even realize you didn't get it before. It's okay. That's exactly how this growth thing happens. Exactly how. And so just be grateful that your teacher has appeared. Sometimes the lesson is not fun. Yeah, so for some of you, it might be like, it might not feel very nice. Might feel like somebody's, being really nasty to you or whatever. But what you're learning from that is necessary. Yeah, sometimes it takes those people to teach us something that, if it came about in a more gentle way, we probably wouldn't have learned it. In fact, probably it has come to you in a more gentle way several times in the past, and you didn't learn it. But now it's coming in this way that's kind of a kick in the teeth, and suddenly you're like, okay, I get it. I get it. Right? So the learning of it isn't fun, but it is necessary. And the quicker you can get to the spot of being grateful for the teaching, the better you'll be. Okay. This is really cool because your angels are having this huge laugh, not at your expense. They're wanting you to join in. It just feels so good, like the learning is coming a lot easier than it could if you couldn't laugh about the whole thing, right? So having patience and being taught some lessons, some really key life lessons this week, that's really important to you. And if you can laugh over it, all so much the better. Yes. Okay. And when you can, yeah, when you can laugh over that, then you can step into this leadership role. That's what you're being asked to do. That's how come you have to learn these lessons, is so that you are prepared, so that you're equipped to step into this leadership. You are needed. You are so necessary to step into this. Now, this does not mean standing on stages with thousands of people watching you and learning and whatever. This is just going about your own life with this leadership role so that people can, whether you see it or not, so that people can observe you and see what you're doing and see how you're doing it. And they're taking notes. You don't even know it, but they're taking notes. So in that case, you are also the teacher. Yes. For some of your students, this is the easy, gentle way. For some of them, you are their kick in the teeth. They're the ones who determine that. So don't go feeling like you're, doing something you shouldn't. They're the ones who determine how hard they need to learn that. Okay? But this leadership that you're doing is absolutely necessary right now. And please do step into it. For some of you, it might not feel all that comfortable to start with because you're used to kind of taking a back seat, but you need to do this, and other people need you to do this as well. So go ahead, step into it. It'll be fine. It'll be good. You can do it gently. You can do it a little at a time. You can, however you ease into it. It's like when there's maybe a group and there's a conversation and it comes around, there's an opportunity for you to offer your opinion, your wisdom. Take it and speak. Because even if not everybody agrees with you, even if some of those people actively argue with you, it's okay because somebody needed to hear you say that. And you needed to say it. You need to keep your throat chakra unblocked. You need to keep it clear so that you can speak these things, because this is truth as you know it. And some people need to hear that as well as you. Okay. So this leadership role, your angels want you to always choose peace. Okay, you know this. You already know this. That yes, they still want to say it, choosing peace is always going to be the best path. When somebody does want to argue with you over things, you don't have to argue back. You can quietly just state your position, and you can say to people, I don't know or care if you agree, and it doesn't matter to me. This is still my position. But I'm not going to argue with you. And you do need to have the leadership role and be able to lead the peace. Yeah, it's not a protest. It's leadership. As soon as you're protesting, now it's no longer about peace. Okay, for some of you, that's really sinking in deep. As soon as you're protesting, as soon as you're arguing, as soon as you're creating resistance, now it is no longer about peace. So keep yourself, your knowledge, your, all that stuff. You don't need to change your mind, and until such time as you feel that on your inner self, right? But as soon as you're protesting something, then it is no longer peaceful. Okay. Promote what you want instead of protesting what you don't want. Okay, that's what they're saying. And in that way, that will help you take your power. It says take back your power. I'm not sure you totally lost your power, but you were not exercising it for quite a while. You've been not exercising it. So just check in with yourself, see why you've not been doing that, and decide that you have your power. You know what it is. You know how to use it too. And go ahead and just feel free to do that. You're always protected. Ask specifically for protection beforehand if you'd like. Ask for a shield. Ask your angels to all be there protecting you, and step into it. Say your truth. Demonstrate how to choose peace. You're a leader. We need you. Yes. And so, slightly different topic here. Balancing career with home. So, how do you do that? Feels like it's gotten a little out of balance lately. It feels a little vacant. It's like you're not invested in either one. It's like you're off in la la land a little bit. You need to come back. You need to balance this life of yours so that home and work are receiving their perfect amount of attention from you. So it feels like it was in balance. Now it's recent, fairly recent, that it's not in balance, and so it shouldn't be too hard to bring it back. For some of you, you feel like it's way out of whack, and so you're like, oh my gosh, it's going to take everything. Start now. Learn how to say no when necessary, and make sure that you're paying attention to the priorities. Yes, okay. All right. So we have here the daily guidance cards. And so let's see what's one last bit of wisdom that your angels want you to know. Yeah, get grounded. All this learning that you're doing and the leadership role you're stepping into and speaking your truth and being powerful, it's like you almost can't do it until you're grounded. That's what I was feeling when with the work-life balance, when it felt like you're just kind of vacant. You're not grounded. That's what that is. Okay. Let's do this together right now. We'll take a minute. Okay, put your feet flat on the floor, or at least so that the soles of your feet are contacting something. So even if you're laying on your bed, lay on your back, bend up your knees, put your feet flat on the bed, right? And feel the bottoms of your feet. Feel your roots growing. And they grow down, and they are beautiful, healthy roots. And they grow down into the earth. And they continue growing until they get to the very core of the earth, and they wrap around that great big crystal. And that way, through those roots, you can access all the wisdom of the crystal, all the layers of earth and the solutions that have happened over the millennia. And you can access the nutrients in the soil near the surface. And you bring all that into your body through the bottoms of your feet with your breath. And you fill yourself up with all that big, beautiful, sparkly, new, fresh energy. And you clear out anything old and anything stagnant. You overflow into your energy field all around you. And you communicate with the divine through your crown chakra. And you create this beautiful flow and circulation up from the feet, down from the divine with every breath. Constant circulation. It's beautiful. Now, normally I would take a little longer to do that. So you take as long as you need and get really grounded, and then everything that you want to accomplish will become a lot easier. Okay. Aries, thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate you amazingly. And I want you to know that I love you. And I will see you next week.